We now shift gears to matters. The Orange Democratic Movement, which convened a crisis meeting yesterday, gentlemen, in Mombasa County. And of course, this was with regards to the Deputy President William Ruto making inroads in opposition zones, or strongholds, if you like, in Western Kenya and, of course, coastal part of the country. And there's no indication yet of whether the ODM chief or the NASA leader Raila Odinga will go for the presidency come 2022. He did say that he's not going to be on the ballot sometimes back in Kajiado County. What do you make of that? Is ODM realizing that there's need to put the house in order going forward? And what's making Raila so uncertain, so insecure about William Ruto making inroads, even as the DP now seeks to secure that succession to the presidency come 2022 through presiding over or the supervision of government projects, even as he woos opposition zones and opposition leaders? I understand that some ODM party members did not attend yesterday's crisis meeting owing to the fact that they are now more close to the DP than to the ODM's top leadership. So going forward then, why is ODM so insecure about the DP William Ruto, and is this an impact of the handshake? Opi, I'll start with you.
Fine. First, I would want to send my condolences to the family, friends, and relatives for former Migori Senator, the late Benolo Chokela. It's quite a sad morning for Kenyans, and we want to say clearly that we are with the people of Migori and Kenyans at large. What we saw yesterday, or what we've been seeing, an attempt by NASA leader Raila Odinga moving to Mombasa, probably to consolidate his original stronghold, let me call it like that. I think is an attempt to bring together people he believes should be supporting, people who have been supporting him for years, and people who in the past have shown that they cannot work with any politician who is not allied to the Prime Minister, that is Raila Odinga. What we saw yesterday, some of the ODM members missing, is a clear indication that the Deputy President actually is rooting and is having, or almost having, loyalists in the region. And if you look at that thing keenly, people who missed, or the ODM officials or legislators who missed the yesterday retreat, are basically people who have been talking vocal, going loud, that they are supporting the DP's bid. And now questions were raised in the conference that until such a time you people shook hands with President Uhuru Kenyatta, some of us, we haven't felt that impact of handshake, and that is why we have decided to work with the DP. But me, basically, from my analysis, what I can see there is that there is politics in play, and probably if the Prime Minister Raila Odinga is not keen, a section of coastal politicians will ditch him for Deputy President Ruto. The fact that DP William Ruto reached out to Kingi is a clear indication that he first reached out to Joe, but there were questions raised, or probably Mombasa governor was not comfortable working with the DP publicly. That is why he opted for Kilifi governor, because everyone knows that Kilifi governor has been a confidant of Mombasa governor for long. So from what we saw yesterday, or what we saw for the past 2 days when Baba was in Mombasa, is a clear indication that the DP is making roots at the coastal region.
Okay, Kerry, I'll come to you.
Yeah.
There's a definite political power play here. One is William Ruto has been locked out of the handshake between Raila Odinga and President Kenyatta in March. That was on 9th of March. And we have the other core principals within the NASA coalition who have been out of touch with that meeting. Here we have two deputies, principals and the Deputy President William Ruto. But going forward, the DP has opted to expand the scope of his political reach and is now infiltrating opposition zones, wooing opposition players. He did that in prior 2017 general elections when he brought on board Salim Mvurya, who is the current Kwale governor. Another host of leaders from Western Kenya who won their parliamentary and Senate seat through Jubilee Party when they were initially in ODM, or Western Kenya largely voted for the opposition since 2007. So going forward then, is there a cause for Raila Odinga to worry about the Deputy President William Ruto, who now is showing some sense of offensive love to his loyalists and some of his inner core circle members going forward to 2022, in terms of ensuring that he does set up a base that is consolidated, that is strong, even as he sets eyes on State House in 2022?
Oh, that's a very good question. But I'm really praying that Raila is not drawn into the politics of 2022 because if he plays ball and starts engaging in this politics, then the dream that the president had of the big fund, all the economic stability that we are seeing at the moment will vanish. But if I may say one thing, is that I don't see any gains by the DP in either Western or Coast. In the ODM meeting, only 3 MPs missed, and they all gave apologies. Dory is out of the country. Aisha Juma is in Uganda, and the other one had gone to attend to the former senator in the hospital, had gone to visit a hospital during the day. So all the 3 MPs gave excuses. But I want to remind you that in the last election, before the last election, virtually all in Mombasa, Jubilee took 3 MPs from ODM. In Kwale, they had the governor, the women rep, and all the MPs. In Kilifi, as well, they took, you remember, the women rep and also several MPs. Apart from Governor Mvurya, who was re-elected, the presidential vote, Uhuru got less than 7% in Kwale. So if DP thinks that buying MPs or getting few MPs will earn him the votes of the people, that is a thing that I think can, as an analyst, I think he's doing zero work. You need to learn from what you did last time. In Western Province, the 7 Jubilee MPs, in each constituency, Uhuru got less than 5,000 votes. So it shows you, as much as Jubilee got the MPs, maybe it was because of the individual performance of the MPs, and also the fact that NASA affiliated parties fielded so many candidates, and it was also lack of strategy. Sometimes you can give it to, I don't know if we give it to Jubilee or it was the deputy. I don't know who to reward this score in Western Province between the deputy president or the Jubilee party, because it was a strategy that we shared prior to the election with the NASA top brass, and told them that what the deputy president has done in Western Province and in some coast constituencies is to ensure that they completely fund those candidates heavily, so that they rely entirely on votes from their clans, and then fund candidates from ODM, Ford Kenya, ANC, and ensure they also compete for votes outside the clans of the contestants. And that made ODM lose a lot of seats, and NASA as a whole lose a lot of seats. But if you go to the presidential tally, in fact, if you go to the presidential tally, Raila Odinga got more votes in Jubilee-affiliated constituencies than Uhuru in NASA-affiliated constituencies. Adan Duale's constituency, Raila Odinga won. Naomi Shaban, Raila Odinga won the presidential vote there. I can give you a host of all the leaders from Western Province, all of them, who are MPs now, including Ben Washali, who is the majority whip. Yeah, he lost. You see, if you look at the Jubilee parliamentary leadership, all of them, Raila Odinga won seats in with the presidential vote in their constituencies. And so my take would be, as for Ruto as an individual, going to places and being seen by MPs is not an indication that the ground is with you. And I can tell you, if you look at when he visited Kilifi recently, opening a road in Lunga, and compare if Raila would go there just for a visit, and you compare the crowds, it will tell you who has traction on the ground. I have never understood. I've tried to go through Mombasa and study why the people of Mombasa have been so affiliated and so passionate about Raila Odinga. And it is something that it cannot be spoken in one sitting. Maybe we need a larger sitting or something that needs a lot of study. But they are fiercely loyal to Raila Odinga. And I can assure you, I saw Kingi in the ODM meeting. But if Kingi says today he's no longer in ODM, his politics in Kilifi will be done. That I can assure you.
All right, Sebe, I would like to hear what you have to say about that. Is it, do you agree with what Indiazi is saying when he made the sentiments that no matter what the deputy president does, the people who support ODM will never be affiliated towards him, regardless the fact that we have a couple of years and very many months to 2022.
Okay, thank you once again. One, politics is about the people. That must be very, very key to our discussion. Two, we are seeing an engagement between leaders. And in politics, we have three aspects in play. We have the aspects of the followers, then we have the aspects of the situation. 2022 from now is like 4 years down the line. The situation in 2022 will be totally different with the situation that we are dealing with currently at the moment. Leaders or political leaders are opportunists who normally take advantage of each and every opportunity that avails itself at the moment. I acknowledge and appreciate that the deputy president is a political strategist. We can't underestimate that particular bit. And that is why probably his visit to NASA strongholds compelled the ODM party to try and re-strategize. And if we follow the statements of Raila Odinga, he pointed to Governor Joho and Governor Paranya and warned them. Okay.
All right. No, I didn't want you to shut down like that. Just calmly. Just hold that, hold that thought. Sabe, we have a call from Homa Bay. A very good morning to you. Gordon, good morning. All right, all right. Well, that's quite unfortunate. We will be waiting to hear from you, Gordon. He has, we can't seem to get to him. Okay, I'm sorry, carry on.
Okay. I was just saying, they followed the meeting, the deliberations of that particular meeting, and the ODM leader was very categorical, and he pointed out Governor Joho and Governor Oparanya and told them that it is not time for campaign. If you look at that particular statement, he was trying to tell him or tell the members of the country at large that actually you are the ones who are supposed to be competing with the deputy president, so that he's seen that they're not playing on the same league.